Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious. This is episode 88, brought to you on Monday, September 11th, 2017 at approximately 6:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm one of your hosts. I'm happy to be back in your ears and in front of your eyeballs again. I'm Larry, a.k.a. Bluemanrule. I am joined, as usual, by my main Damie, the cookie chef himself, none other than Mike, a.k.a. Scarfinger, a.k.a. Real Talk.
What's going on, son?
What's up, dog? What's up, man? Hey, before we get into what's going on, like let me throw out a my condolences, because 9/11, it was 16 years ago, but and I think we did this last year, man. But I just want to remember those who lost their lives that day, and the family members and friends of those who lost their lives that day. A tragic accident, tragic act of cowardice and terrorism, but it was what it was. So we do want to remember that today. Today is also a day of mourning for those folks in Florida. Yeah, because of the hurricane, Hurricane Irma that came through. There were 7 confirmed dead in Florida, 36 confirmed dead in the Caribbean, and also around the same time, Mexico had its earthquake as well. So I mean, man, it's just been a whole lot of stuff going on. But
and there's another hurricane going around Mexico, bruh.
Right.
Real.
Right, yeah.
It's a joke. There was a joke going around saying, "What if it was one of those memes with Keanu Reeves?" And it's like, what if all this fidget spinners caused this hurricane? If the butterfly effect is real, what if all the fidget spinners caused these hurricanes?
Man, it's crazy, man. Because just the winds were ridiculous. But yeah, you're referring to Hurricane Katia, and so. That one was the one down in the Yucatan Peninsula, down around Mexico. And then Hurricane Jose is the one coming in behind Irma's path.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, what's going on? We got people up in the chat already? Man, my bad. I need to get up in this chat. That's the one thing I meant to get.
We got Keith, Heathen, and your boy Simpson.
Oh, Simpson up in this piece? Man, that's what's up, dog. So, yeah, man, we really appreciate y'all dropping in. So let me go ahead and pop out this chat. So I got this chat, and I ain't got to worry about it. I was in class during 9/11, man. During 9/11, I got out of the marketing exam. My boy Amir came and asked me what was going down. What happened? You see what happened? And we sat down in the biggest auditorium that we had in that business building, and we sat down and watched it for about an hour because I had another hour and a half before class. And it was ridiculous, man. Just watching everything go down, it was quite jarring. So, but where were you, Mike? What were you doing back then?
I was at my grandma's house. At the time I was living with my grandma. I was working in that was when I was working at the video store, and I had a late night the other night. I think I got off at like 10 or at midnight. So I was sleeping in. And my cousin, who was set to go into the Army in October, called me.
Changed his mind, right?
No, he went.
That'll change.
But he was going to be an MP. So it wasn't like he was going to be on the front lines or anything like that,
Right.
But yeah, he called me and was like, "You see what's going on?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Turn on the TV." I was like, "All right." He didn't say what it was, so I turned on the TV. And the thing that was most jarring wasn't the actual incident itself.
Right.
It was all the cussing on TV because they were doing straight up live with live people reacting to live things.
Right. Yeah. There
was a lot of cussing on TV, and they ain't bleep none now. None. It was some real reactions from real people about some real things happening. Is surreal the word I want to use? Like, yes. It was just like, you're like, is this life right now?
Yeah, man. I remember distinctly sitting there in the time when the building was going off, and before the other plane hit, there are people like jumping out the windows, bro. Like 90 floors up. I'm like, really?
What was the time difference between the two planes?
Man, was it like 15 minutes? I could be wrong. Okay. But I think that was about it, man. I was just sitting there just stunned. Just like, wow. Like, and I was sitting there like, man, this cannot be happening right now. It cannot be going down, but it was. That was what was happening right then, right there. So, man, it was jarring, bro.
Have you ever thought about as much as the world and the country seems to be against video games in all shapes and sizes? Why it wasn't a bigger backlash against Microsoft Flight Simulator at the time? Because that's how they learned to fly on Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I mean, everything was getting pulled into.
What was the last time they made Microsoft Flight Simulator? That might have been what happened.
Shoot, man, I don't know. I think they still make it. Matter of fact, I know they still make it because we got regulations concerning simulation programs. So I know they still make it. But
yeah, they still make it.
Yeah,
it looks like they came out with a version this year.
Yeah, so it's still in there, man. But yeah, man, it's just
no. It said the search said 2017, but it looks like 2006 was the last year. Was the last one.
Interesting. All right.
But I mean, that was just crazy. And of course, like to everyone who lost their lives and their families, that got to be some really hard stuff to go through.
Right.
And what one of the best things of 9/11 is we actually, as a country, we had a villain again.
Yep, we did.
And for a good 2 weeks to a month, nobody was looking at me sideways.
Right. You felt like it was head nods from everybody, right? You felt like it was.
Yeah. You know something that was really weird. I was listening to the radio, and this is like a week after. And Proud to Be an American came on.
Right.
I actually shed a tear, dog.
Teared up a little bit. Yeah, man.
I ain't never felt nothing for most of these songs. Only song that I ever like made me feel something was America the Beautiful, of course, from Ray Charles singing.
Right.
Nobody else can sing that song to me. Like it's not even a it ain't even a thing. I don't feel that song unless it's the Ray Charles version.
Exactly.
But that day, Proud to Be an American, I was welling, dog. Like it was like a really, really, really weird time to be a black dude in this country, because on one hand, all of these people lost their lives, but on the other hand, nobody was looking at you for like pointing at you like you're the problem.
Right.
Like we knew that the people were the problem. Now we subsequently messed everything up. I mean, most of the people were from Saudi Arabia. The people who planned it were from Afghanistan.
What up, Rasta? Rasta said he was in New York at the time, and for close to a year, they weren't the bad guys. So
right. Yeah. So I'm kind of okay. I'm gonna warn y'all. I'm a little bit on one today. So the people who are adverse to the cussing, I'm sorry in advance.
Disclaimer,
yeah.
man.
So Saudi Arabia was where most of the attackers were from. Afghanistan is the brain trust behind the whole thing. We fuck up Iraq. Immediately I started asking a bunch of questions. But then, I'm not really super conspiracy theory guy, but Loose Change made a whole lot of sense to me.
Well, it didn't, man. Didn't it? Like, I'm not a conspiracy guy either, but let me tell you, like, again, the one thing for me, and I'm still not a conspiracy guy, and I don't discount the people who lost their lives, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's shout outs to Conspiracy out on Perform Radio. But look, man,
they ain't put out a show in a while.
Yeah, but look, they have demolition experts, dog. They have demolition experts that are paid to implode buildings. You know how hard that is to do scientifically? Do you know exactly how hard it is to do and the physics behind that? All I'm saying is that when I'm sitting there watching this thing and I watch it implode and go straight down myself, I'm thinking, how did two crashes into a building even though they hit, you know, main integral structural supports on the 40 some odd floor and then way up there, how did they hit the points to the point to where it actually implodes in a perfect manner? How was that even possible?
And when you watch Loose Change, you actually see news footage of people coming out of the buildings, being rescued, and talking about the other explosions.
Right, you hear, yeah, they heard other explosions and stuff. But yeah, so, but again, like I said, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I haven't checked into. All I know is that implosion is difficult. That's all I'm saying.
But
he said how hard.
But I'm not a team Bush and them did this person, because the government, who had pretty much messed up everything else, all of a sudden got this one thing right that required a type of precision that we do not associate with the Bush regime.
See, listen to him going off. But now Terrence said after about a year, they hit the reset button and things went back to how it was. It was strange feeling.
But he said he was in New York. It was different. For me, it was about a month, and then the reset button happened. For me, it was about a month, and then the reset button happened, and everything went back to the way it was. But the bad part about it is that's when our brothers and sisters of Islam started catching some eyes in the way that we started catching that we were catching eyes, and then it came back to all of us.
Well, right then, though, if you think about it, even though, you know, I talk about polarization sometimes, but this is where it started, at least for me. Polarization started was if you weren't behind the current administration and you weren't fully supporting the world, then you were un-American. There was no in between. And I hated the media. I hated every politician. I hated everyone who was saying there's no in between. Yeah, there is an in between, because here's the thing. Yes, some terrorism happened. Yes, we should respond, but I wholeheartedly believe we should have had a plan, and it was clear we never had one. And so because if you think that war was declared on the presidential order, which they have 90 days to declare war upon, after which Congress has to approve it. Go do your history. So again, that was something that we should have done.
I remember exactly where I was when the war was declared. And I was sitting there with one of my pro-black conspiracy theorist co-workers. Never ever ask a conspiracy theorist, and don't mention money or a dollar bill around conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah.
That is an hour conversation.
Oh yeah, with the eagle and with the eye, and then the pyramid.
Yeah, with the eye. There's a pyramid on this. What do pyramids have to do with America? And also, there's an eye at the top of it. Whose eye is this? We never associate eyes with God. God is a spirit. He's, we don't imagine God as a person. So which person's eye is that? That kind of thing.
Yeah. Right. No, I understand, man.
So yeah, that was a conversation that I didn't expect. I had one of my other conspiracy theorist buddies drove me home from work one day, and he gave me the dollar bill lecture, and I was like, man, thanks for the ride home, dog. Like I don't want to hear this shit. No, but you got to see this. And he was like sending me to all of his conspiracy theorist websites and stuff that he goes to, and I'm just like, bruh, thanks for the ride home. I did. Like,
I appreciate it. Hey, yeah, just send it to me. You know what I'm saying? Just like tweet it at me. Get at me.
Yeah, that was that was the absolute worst. But it's an unfortunate situation, and no matter who had beef with who, I have the same motto in my life when it comes to this and when it comes to everything else. No matter how you feel about the situation, nobody has to die for this. Yeah. Like all of those innocent people died. And even the ones after, like, you start blowing up Iraq. All right, cool. But how many innocent people that ain't had nothing to do with this died because of it. Like, we talk about our military might.
I would like, he said, love you guys. What's up, dog?
I see you, dog. I saw you follow the Facetious the Twitter
account. He did. Yeah, he got on it.
My thing is, like, so many people died on both sides, and then we sent a whole bunch of troops to die and get messed up, which makes it all the more messed up.
Right. And they're kids though. On top of that, it's not just troops; they're kids, man.
Yeah, and then like your boy W is a painter, right?
Okay.
And he's a painter, and he's actually pretty decent at painting.
All right.
And lately, his thing has been painting wounded warriors.
All right.
Who wounded them, dog?
Who sent them?
You.
Who sent them over
this? You did this to them, and then you gonna paint them? Like, what kind of crap is that? Like, bruh, what? That's like me saying, I went to the club, I shot up the place, and the people who survived, I'm gonna take pictures of them and put my pictures up like I did something great. No, you did something wrong.
Stupid, man.
You did something wrong.
Scar, you own one today, dog.
And because you did something wrong, this doesn't make up for all of the. What about you made paintings of the wounded warriors? What about all of the people you sent to your death? And which is one of the reasons why I did not join the military. I understand the honor and integrity and all of that stuff to what it means. I was signed up on delayed entry for a year. I was gonna go. I was standing right there. One, I lost my reason to go, and two, I lost my will to go because
because
the whole thing of the military and all of the militaries is rich people have beef. They send poor people and young people to die for them.
Yep. People in positions of power have beef, so they send people not in power to fight it out for them. Which, I don't know, I'm from the hood. You got a problem, let's go handle it up ourselves. I don't need to send nobody on my behalf, dog. I ain't got to send nobody on my behalf. So, no.
So somebody posted that, like, if Trump got problems with North Korea, then Trump needs to go to war with North Korea, not the military, just Trump.
Is he gonna be out there with his shirt off, like you know, in the hood, people
don't mind want to see that.
The shirt come off, and then you see nothing but boxes, and then you.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, dog. I watched the first season and I stopped. But yeah, so, I mean, war is really about rich people who got beef and they send poor people to die. But there's no honor in how it used to be, where the kings and stuff like that would be on the battlefield. Right,
because they'd be out there leading and fighting.
Yeah,
but
the Middle Ages, the king and stuff would be right there with them.
Yeah, that's what Simpson said.
And he fought just like them. And that's the difference between then and now. Trump can sit at home, and W did, and like they all sat at home while they sent people to die for them, and that's like
for me, that would weigh on my conscience, and I'm not saying it doesn't weigh on theirs, but look, man, I'd be pretty reticent to do that. You know, I mean, that's why you got these special squads to get in and get something done, so you don't have to go to war.
Right. It took a special squad. It took a special squad to take down Bin Laden.
SEAL Team 6, holla at your boy.
Yeah, it took a special squad to go in there and handle that business. Now, because of that, why did we bomb all of those people prior to them finding him? It's like, I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid. Yes, very much so. Because China don't want that. China is.
No, you got to say it right. China. But before we say that,
Trump says it like it's a J. He says China. But China is the friend of that dude that you're about to fight. And like you mad at him, you and him are drawing off back and forth. He's the guy that's sliding to the side, getting ready to snuff you to start the fight. Like that's who China is in all of this whole thing. China is ready. Is the one with that one hitter quitter waiting to hit you.
Does he have a rock in his hand, or does he have brass knuckles?
No, he got that. No, he already got that one hitter quitter on him. But that's what China is. China is that dude in the back. Is that dude in the back that
one that like to slink around?
Yeah, when it first starts popping, he's like, yeah, and then all of a sudden he go quiet and he kind of slide to the side because he gonna catch you when you're not looking and hit you right in the butt, right there in the butt.
All right, man. So hold on real quick before we move on real quick. Shout out to my boy Deuce. He came through town and we were talking about this huge fight I got into in college, man. And he was talking about man. When you talk about hitting people on the button, he was talking about man. He's like, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. He was like, man. He was like, I seen people fight, but I ain't never seen people come through looking like heroes. It was like you keep just knocking people out, and it was crazy, man. It was good catching up with him in the family.
Yeah, it's like the dude is like China is gonna be that dude who like out of nowhere Superman punches you and then lands in a hero pose.
So Double A said, the North Korea war will really be about U.S. and China, and it kind of will be, which China. But I really hope. I mean, don't nobody have time to go to war again, bro. Like, seriously, we need a little break.
No, we got so much. There is so much wrong here. There's so much wrong here that starting another war is asinine, like completely asinine. That's a waste of money. That is a waste of lives.
Yep.
That is a waste of resources that we need right here. I mean, there's hurricanes tearing stuff up.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Like hurricanes tearing stuff up. We need our people to help our people. Except for looters. All looters should be locked up. Now I'm not even gonna say that looters should be shot like some of these right-wing people do. But there's these group of niggers, and I said it with a hard R on purpose.
You did say it like that too.
Let me tell you now, and I'm gonna say this because if I can't say it, who can? I'm not gonna let them say it for me. But there's this video going around of these people, black people, niggers, during the hurricane, and they're looting the Nike store.
Right. And we saw it. I saw it earlier, and then I saw it actually.
Or it's a shoe store. It's a shoe store at some point. There's people without food and water.
Without power.
And without power. If you are not trying to get food, water, and power, we can't justify this. And because y'all all black, now this looks bad on me.
It's not even that. It doesn't look bad on you.
Because everybody around here is worried about what happens if one of those hurricanes come this way, which is weird because Richmond is a little bit more inland, but they're just as scared as the people on the coast of where I'm from. But people are worried about this, and now I gotta have people looking at me like, if this thing really does hit us, are you gonna be one of the ones looting?
And that's the problem, man, because as we mentioned before about the broad overgeneralization, right? We talked about that before because apparently a person is no longer an individual. Anthony Alex said they're rescuing the sneakers. He's stupid, dog. But look, man, those sneakers didn't need rescuing. I mean, maybe the ones on the bottom shelf did, but otherwise.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And we know how this thing is going to play out, right?
Right.
If we know how this thing is going to play out, you see some white looters, usually they're looting the grocery store. They come off as looking like they are helping, they're doing what they need to do to help their families. And then they're not going to show the black people in the supermarket. They're going to show the black people robbing Walmart, walking out of there in a hurricane with a TV. And It's the Pimp C line. You know, take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us, and that's exactly what it is. You are embarrassing us.
Simpson said you got to say them LeBrons, but let the Curry soak up all that water.
yeah, especially the orthopedic ones. The orthopedic ones. You got to get you some orthopedic ones to survive the hurricane. The soul thick enough.
Clearance, you know what I'm saying?
The soul thick enough. Like you got, yeah.
Hey.
No, those shoes are expensive, but not as expensive as what happens when you run out of food and water.
Right, and not as expensive as when you get caught, because like 95% of the looters have already been caught.
Yep,
and Miami took a picture.
Don't kill them all. Don't kill them all, but they all need to be in jail.
No. The Miami police took a picture of them in a holding cell, and and they said, Ace sent it to me, and it said, I don't have my phone, but it said, thinking about looting. How does it look now? and it has all of them in there. They're literally lined up in an L going that way and that way, and it's like 8 of them lined around there, and they all got their faces blotted out, or 9 of them blotted out.
I'm not team. Some of my Republican friends have been posting things about shooting people and stuff like that, and then that one sheriff said, yeah, if you want to survive, you can survive, you know, do something wrong and you'll survive in this jail cell. You know, like, you know what? Okay, if they do something wrong. Like,
if they do something wrong, absolutely. If they do something wrong, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing.
Really is. And it's not even that. It's just a straight up lack of. It's a lack of empathy, like, right? Because at this point in time, like, those people who own that store, like, they're at home with their family, and then they're gonna come back, and now they're even in a worse shape, because guess what? They're already in bad shape because their store has already been ravaged by the storm, and now it's gonna be ransacked by people. Come on, man. Let's go, man. Like, these are your local people in your community, man. Why are you doing that? Why are you even doing that? Like, this wasn't in the mall, bro. This was just a corner shoe store. So, all right. Anyway, man, let's move on, Mike, because, man, I want to talk to you a little bit about, okay, Slasher said, well, you know, you got to get a deal when a deal presents itself, and those shoes are expensive, but they're not that expensive. And Texas had signs, loot, we shoot. Well, it is Texas. Like 90% of the citizens have guns. Right. So we understand that. So, but listen, Mike, you know, when we went to, you know, when I came out near Richmond, dog, out there in Chester, we kicked it. We went and ate. We had a good time, right? Like full plates, right? Like for real. Okay, so me and my wife, we went out. I went out with some people from my old job, actually. Went out on Friday night with some people from my old jobs. Good catching up. But they wanted to go to this fine diner restaurant here in the city. Now, I will not name the restaurant because I don't want people frequenting it. Because let me tell you, man, dining is a bunch of hot garbage. Fine dining is hot. Whoever came up with the term fine dining only to justify smaller portions on a plate was dumb.
And larger prices.
Yeah, and larger prices.
It was to justify the larger prices. It had nothing to do with the portion sizes.
Bro, you saving and you just increasing your margin both ways. You're giving up less in actual content. And then you're charging a higher price. But anyway, so this is what happened, man. So we go there, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be expensive. So it's a seafood restaurant, and you know, when I was in Richmond, you know, I went to the Croaker spot, and I was like, I'm not getting seafood because I ain't gonna be doing nothing but comparing it. And I'm in the middle of the country, bro. It's gonna be inferior, so I'm just gonna get something else, right? So I went in with that thing. I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even angry at it, right? Got a burger, pretty good burger, Black Angus burger. Hooked it up. Now that's what we known for here.
Why I gotta be black? No, I'm messing with you on that one.
So, ever seen Kitchen Nightmares? Those kitchen on that? Yeah, bro. I have seen Kitchen Nightmares. Absolutely atrocious, Anthony Alex. Oh, I've seen some bad.
I don't want to see anything like that. Like, yeah. I'm like there's a line that I realized a long time ago that I don't want to cross. I watched this video, and it was about this sister was talking about Chinese food. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she was, it was like people. They were showing like clips of like what people recorded of Asian people like giving blow torches to rats to burn off the top layer so that they can use that in their food and all of this kind of crazy stuff, right? And then she said, here's the thing that lets you know you probably shouldn't be eating in an Asian restaurant. She said, if you ever go and one of them is on break or something like that, have you ever noticed they don't eat the same food they serve you?
No.
And so then I started thinking about it a little bit, and I realized I'm Carl Thomas. I don't want to know. I like boneless ribs. That's my jam, and you can only get that really at the hood places. But I like boneless ribs. I know when I'm eating these boneless ribs that there is not a pig or a cow with ribs this small. I know that. I know that when I know this. I know this in my heart. I know this. But I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm just going to enjoy my boneless ribs. And I know that they put all that sauce on it to try to hide the fact that it's probably not pig or cow. And here's the worst time. Here's the worst time. I went when I first came here to Richmond. I went to this restaurant. I went to a Chinese joint, and I'm in the Chinese joint, and I wait for my food. I kind of look around, and I'm like, this place looks kind of dirty. Like it has kind of like a dirty look. Like it's been here for a while. And I'm just kind of like, all right, let me just get my boneless ribs, and I'm gonna be on my way. Because I started noticing this after I placed my order. Because I'm sitting there and I'm kind of looking around, and then I kind of go, you know what? Let me look at my phone. But I'm having that in the back of my mind. So I walk out the door, and I notice on the sidewalk in front of the place, it's like small animal poop. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then I see a mound on the ground of rice with some sort of sauce on it.
Really?
And this is not just any mound. It looks like it was scooped.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So they're using it to catch them?
Right. Like, so it looks like it's a mound of rice with something on it, and then it looked like it was scooped. I think that was a little bit too much for me. I never ate from that place ever again. Yeah,
that's probably right. That's probably right, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It can't just fall out of the to-go container in a perfect little circle or a little cup. No, man. I'm good on that. Terrence and them tripping in the chat, man. They tripping in the chat. The boys having a good time, man. Bone in ribs. Pause. So, but look, man. So I went there, fine dining, right? So this is what happened. So, and my wife was like, "Well,
yeah, I mean, there's a pause moment. He talking about that it falls off the bone. You know what I mean? Like,
hey,
pause.
Pause. So my wife, she likes wine. So we went and we got some wine. And bro, let me tell you, one glass of wine was the price of a bottle of wine we normally buy. Listen, there's a cup about this big, about that much wine in it. No lie, bro. No lie. I'm like, what? Why y'all tripping right now?
I'm like, baby, don't even trip. Don't get that wine. Don't.
Boy.
Don't. And the worst part about it is when you order wine and stuff like that, they don't tell you the price until you get the check. And you go, oh, that was $10.
Yeah, you just look at it like, man, come on, son. And then, so because it wasn't enough, she was like, okay, I'll just get some beer, right? Decent alternative, right? $11.
$11,
dog.
For one beer.
One. You know how many 6-packs I could have bought for $11?
$11 for one beer.
Man, I was like, man, what is going on in this place right now?
This is why when I go out, I don't drink a whole lot of alcohol because my girl used to work for the ABC store, and she was just like, no, we good. She was just like, I'm not drinking out here because I'm spending all of this money, and I know how much this stuff costs.
Right. Exactly, man. And that's the thing. I know how much this stuff costs if I go buy it somewhere else. And so, bruh, so that's it. It skimped out on the wine. The beer they had was supposed to be Belgian, and it smelled exactly like Budweiser. I mean, exactly. And number 3, so when the food came, so they had crab cakes, and I was thinking about the crab cakes, but like I said, I'm not getting seafood. Somebody else getting seafood.
That's the type of place that give you one crab.
They gave you 3 patties, and they were like this. They were like this thick, maybe, and maybe.
Come on, man.
Maybe like that. I was like, what? How?
You can't. No, that's the crab. No,
bruh. I was so upset. I was like, hey, how can you call this a fine dining spot?
That's accurate. He was when I was talking about not drinking when I'm out. He said that, and I started yelling "Roll Tide." Yes, I did. There's an episode. I referenced this episode on the show not too long ago, and I actually put the link in the chat. I mean, I actually put the link in the show notes that I referenced that getting drunk on his show, because that was the first time that I ever got drunkity drunk. Yeah, that was very first. I was gone. Like, I'll just put it to you this way: I did maybe a third of that show on the floor after I fell out of my chair.
It was so great. I listened to that show,
yelling up at the microphone.
But I
ain't remember none of it until I listened to my recording the next day.
And I'm telling y'all, it was hard to listen to, just because like every 2 seconds he trying to say something, Double A trying to say something, he's just like Rhoda, and he just giggling the whole time. Yeah. It is
pretty much me drunk, wild redneck. Here's the worst thing about it. Because I had to hear about all of this stuff after the fact. Because, like I said, when the show actually started, after about the first 20 minutes, I didn't remember anything that happened after that. Because I don't drink, or I didn't drink until that point, and I was doing half and half vodka and Coke. And so I didn't know that you was only supposed to put a little bit of vodka in it. But I don't like alcohol straight. That's why I used to Coke. But it was Diet Pepsi. It was Diet Pepsi, actually. But apparently, after that show was over, that was the same day that I really found out that my life was going to change. It was the same day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was the same day, and apparently, after the show was over, I fell onto the bed and I sang about my feelings, full volume, for 2.5 hours.
Goodness, man. So y'all need to go listen to the show. Check it out.
No, we good. No. listen to something else. You want to listen to a good show, good Angry Mailman with me on it. Listen to one of the last shows with me and Blue on there when we do the arguing points and we argue the other points. That was greatness.
Yeah. Say hey to my wife. Tamara, she is watching this with me on Xbox One. Hey, what's up? What's up, Tamara? What's happening?
Howdy. I'm sorry. Yeah, you country. Howdy. Like she shoots shit. Like, she's really about that life. I think it was the restaurant that he mentioned earlier, where he said that his wife worked at a Mexican restaurant and there was no, a Chinese restaurant, and there was no Chinese people in the back. I think that's the same restaurant where she got into it with a coworker and whooped his ass. Right,
because he said something. He said did he touch her? Oh, he said something. I remember that story though.
I remember the exact details. I know. Working at a restaurant, she whooped his ass.
Somebody gets pulled up and it wasn't her. Like that's all it needs. That all it needs to go down. That's all you need to know. But listen, man. So yeah, that fine dining experience was not great. I mean, it was mad expensive, dog. The ticket was ridiculous.
I told you. What did I tell you? My rule in life: I can't go nowhere if I ain't got a chicken finger backup. That excludes all fine dining. If I go somewhere and if I don't want nothing that they selling, if I can't get to some chicken fingers as just a good alternative, we out, dog. Like that's not.
And so the girl that came with us. So you ate with us at the second time at the Italian restaurant, and it was the girl with the dark hair, Chelsea. She goes everywhere and she gets chicken fingers. I don't understand it. Like she goes everywhere. Like we had a jamming Italian joint.
Pooh Bear got the chicken fingers.
Right. Now I will say this: when we went to Croker, she did get the crab.
Okay.
She did get the king crab legs. She got them both times. She got a pound of crab each time. A pound. She put it down, dog. She put it down. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a lot.
So, but yeah, man. So fine dining. Y'all be careful when y'all come to OKC. Hit your boy up. Just tell me what genre of food you're interested in, and I will direct you to someplace good that'll keep your ticket under 40 for two, possibly 50, depending on where you really want to go, but definitely under 40. Might even be able to squeeze you in about 35. So, y'all let me know because I do not want y'all to have that type of experience. So, all right. So we're about 40 minutes in. So, dog, I just want to say my fantasy league is the first week of NFL football, and my fantasy league, Scar just shaking his head. He must be upset. It ain't working. It ain't cut.
I got destroyed in both leagues. Like it's not even. I think the lesser of the two, I lost by 30.
By 30?
30.
See, right now I am down.
Okay, one of them, like I said, I did the draft while I was doing something else. The second one, I did the draft last week before this show, and the draft kept going without me, so I set auto draft for the rest of it.
Oh, okay. I hear. Yeah, that's right. You said
it was drafting niggas who was suspended, all kinds of stuff, man. Like I'm like, bro, what is you doing?
Simpson said he's not fine down in OKC. It doesn't go together. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's not East Coast, but I guarantee you can't get a steak or Angus burger as well out there as you can here. I'm just gonna tell you. So, because this is where we cut them up at. So, look, man, I am down 6.3 points to Denny, and he has one other player playing tonight, while I have two. But the players I have playing tonight are hot. Okay, so I have Sam Bradford and Kyle Rudolph, both of Minnesota, the Vikings. So, and right now the score is 3-3.
Okay,
right?
so mine came up a little bit. So I got one team, Captain Caveman, which I spell it like Kaepernick with a captain. I'm losing 86 to 56, and then the other one I'm losing 102 to 66.
Oh goodness,
bruh!
God, you getting beat by almost 50, bruh.
Yeah, and I got an extra like 35 points sitting on my bench.
Oh, that's tough. That's the worst way.
Because I thought Russell Wilson was actually going to be any good. And,
man, he got shut down. He fumbled
because his offensive line is porous.
Yeah,
porous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, I had Mariota on the bench, and he went off.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I'm hoping Sam Bradford, and I hate being in a position where I got to rely on Sam Bradford because I watched him play in Oklahoma when he was in Oklahoma, and I never liked him then. I don't like him now. And so, Mark, the steak I was talking about was from here, man. We have a couple of good places here. We have Cattleman Steakhouse, which was on what is the name of that show? Man versus Eats, and then we also have
Man versus Food?
Steakhouse, huh?
Man versus Food.
Yeah, it was on Man vs. Food on Food Network. Okay. And so it was
Man versus Food. I was just making sure.
Did I? My bad. Man vs. Food. He was on Man vs. Food. But yeah,
I used to like that show until he lost weight and started talking junk to people and got fired.
Yeah. So, yeah, Simpson say Russell Wilson was running for his life. Makes him reconsider some possible trades. Yeah, I know it, man. I mean, he was just constantly moving, but because of that, he can't get it out to his receivers, dog. And you know his receivers lit. So,
and bro, I got Doug Baldwin on both teams, dog.
You know what? I had David Johnson, and David Johnson only put me in 9.1 points. Now I played Zeke Elliott. He put me in 14 points, man. 14 even. So, but he was my biggest contributor. And then next was my kicker, Graham Gano, because you know Carolina don't really score a lot of touchdowns like they should. So Graham Gano puts that.
Another offensive line that's porous.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I had and I think I had them as my defense too. I did. I had the Panthers as my defense, and they showed up, dog. 15 points out of 20, because you know a defense can get max 20, and so 15 out of 20 ain't bad, bro. They had 4 sacks, an interception, and a fumble recovery. So, look, man, my fantasy league is just getting started up, but I hope I can pull it off tonight, man. Sometimes it comes down to that last. I know David Johnson might be going to IR. I might have to switch it out. I'll hit that wire as soon as I can, man. We'll see what's up. But, look, I want to bring up something, Mike, that I think is really interesting. So, you know, I am a Seth MacFarlane guy. I kind of like his stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So watching Seth MacFarlane, do you know he has a brand new show called The Orville? It premiered last night on Fox after one of the NFL games, and it's basically a comedic Star Trek.
Yeah.
And
I mean, but we've seen this already though. That's my whole problem with the whole Orville thing is we've all seen Galaxy Quest.
Right. But it's Seth MacFarlane and it's Adrian Palicki, you know, Tara from Friday Night Lights. So,
yeah,
you know
who is country hot. I describe her as country hot.
Man, she just you can just drop the country
no, she is not hot. She is hot comparative to whoever is around. And on Friday Night Lights, she was the hottest girl in town because they were in a country town. Like she is not hot when she goes to she ain't big city hot. She country hot.
She was nice on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she was. Anyway.
No, she wasn't, and she doesn't act very well.
Anyway, like I said, that's why I wanted to be Wonder Woman, but Gal Gadot did a pretty good job. But I will say this, man, I'm gonna give it a shot.
No, but a lot of people don't like Xena in that movie, dog.
Huh?
Xena old, but she's still fine. Did you watch Spartacus, bruh? Mm-hmm. She was fine. Oh, she was fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it another shot, but look, man, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's the direction of the way it's directed. So the way that they end the scene, the way that they cut the people's faces, and I think it's all supposed to be reminiscent of what Star Trek was back in the day, but it's not very good. Like what Star Trek was, that doesn't resonate with people now, and the way we look at we view entertainment.
Well, but I mean, no, undoubtedly, this is for those people.
It has to be. It has to be, right? Because
I was not a Star Trek guy, which means that I was really into Enterprise for a few seasons.
Okay.
You know, because I'm not one of those guys. Like I'm, you know, and I still need to get to watch those movies. But damn it, none of the song is in my head. It's been a long road.
I don't even know.
Getting from there to here. Like that's my jam, dog.
Getting guttural. He just pulling it in.
Yeah, I dug Enterprise for a few seasons. I kind of fell off because I had other stuff going on. But yeah, man, I liked Enterprise.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, man. If you like that Star Trek stuff, then you might like that because it's kind of reminiscent.
No, if you like that Star Trek stuff, you're gonna like the new Star Trek, even though it's on their subscription model, which no one has.
Well, so I view that. It's interesting. I'm gonna have to give it a few.
Mark, my girlfriend is 10 years older than me.
So he does. Scar says she ain't no Dionne Warwick.
I still jam some Dionne Warwick. Don't trip.
Right.
That Beyonce joint, the DJ Khaled Beyonce joint, the sample is Dionne Warwick, and I rock with that song.
See, I don't even know that one, but that's just me. You know, I don't listen to a lot of stuff, so It is what it is. But hey, so I'll say this, Mike. So there was one thing I've been playing. Thanks to you, I've been playing Infamous Second Son, right? So thanks, Jay O'Malley, for retweeting out the show link. But I've been playing Infamous Second Son on the PS4. Man, that's a good game, bro. I'm about 63% done with the game already.
I got stuck in the first game when the difficulty ramped up.
Yeah, man. Look, it ramps up here too, but you just got to run around and use all your skills. But it's good, y'all. Infamous Second Son is legit. It was free, and man, it's good. I'm quite a fan of that game, and so I'm gonna buy First Light.
Yeah, that was the next question I was going to ask.
Yeah, I'm about to buy First Light. Because it's probably really, really cool, man. So look, it's free this month. If you got PSN Plus, you get that Infamous Second Son if you haven't played it yet. It's really good. And then I also jumped into and fell into Batman TellTale series.
I have it because Pimp bought it, and Pimp didn't buy Destiny, so now I'm a little sad. because now I gotta buy that stuff, or I got to use some birthday credit.
Hold on. Why do you have to?
Because I want to play. Because I want to play.
Why you want to? Okay.
I want to play. I don't really want to buy. So if somebody buys it for me as a birthday gift, it's not really that bad, right?
I guess. I mean,
like I know you're not a fan, but
my thing is
buying Destiny will keep me from playing Andromeda again and getting sad.
Oh, getting sad because it's not going to be updated anymore. I was playing that some too as well, man. Recorded some of it, and I'm gonna upload some video. Man, it's a shame because in parts it's good. That's the sad part in parts. But we don't want to talk about Mass Effect. But yeah, man, what's up? Yeah, he said he's enjoying everything Jay O'Malley did. So thanks, man. But yeah, it is good in sports. But no, man, that Batman Realm of Shadows. Look here, man. TellTale, they did improve their engine. Number one, so the game looks better. It is much more responsive. It controls better. Now you can do the cloud upload and saves. Problem is, I don't remember how to log into my TellTale account on the cloud, so I'm gonna have to go to the site, get my information because I got it done on the PC, but my son also bought on Xbox One, so I could transfer the cloud save to the one and finish playing there, which is what I would like to do.
Oh, it's a play anywhere title?
Yeah, because it's not a play anywhere title. It's because TellTale, you have your TellTale account, and if you enable cloud saves, bam. There you go. See what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that. Ravens defense got 25 points. Dang, Slasher. Man, that's ridiculous. So, but no, man, I really enjoyed that. So Infamous and Batman, y'all get on them. Both superhero games. Both really, really well done. That TellTale is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Mike, did you have
I tried. Okay, so Pimp got really into WWE because he got the network and stuff like that. So, but he had bought 2K17 a while ago, and we was talking about it. We was talking about it and stuff, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I tried to play 2K17. I was gonna play the career mode like I do in every 2K game, and I thought it was gonna be some sort of training. Ain't no training, dog. Like it dropped me in. I had no idea what I was doing.
Let me tell you what. Look, so okay, so how did that work out for you? Like, are you looking to go back to it?
I mean, I would like to play. I would really like to, but I don't know how. And because it's 2K18 is getting ready to come out at the beginning of next month, I think, or it comes out next month. Like, ain't nobody doing like tutorials.
You right.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody's doing tutorials. So like, I'm stuck. Like, how do I play this game? Like, do I just put on some one-on-one matches and try to figure it out, and then what happens, or or do I just say forget it? Because that's the only way I'm gonna learn how to play at this point.
Right. Well, maybe you can go do practice. If you go do practice, or like, ain't got no practice going on there.
I gotta just do one-on-ones and figure it out as I go.
That's tough. Hey, so guess what I did try? So for you basketball fans out there, I know you're a 2K guy, Mike. The demo for EA Access allowed the demo of NBA Live 2018 that this past weekend. I jumped on it today. It looks better than I thought it would in the face. But some things, man, just look off.
I don't trust it.
Some things look off. So like people who wear, like, number one, if you're a man, you shouldn't wear a man bun. However, people who had man buns, that hair, like the tessellation effect, the hair effect was terrible. It was terrible. But I don't know, man. It seems like it's more like an arcade game still, even though they play like a simulation. You can D-up, and I did a few steals. I played just a legit game with the Thunder versus the Celtics, and Russell Westbrook had like 27 points, something like that, as Russell is apt to do. But it was a little weird. So they felt like they
Did you say Russell Wilson?
No, Russell Westbrook. I said.
You sure?
I thought I said no, because I even slowed down so I could say Westbrook, because I was gonna say Russell Westbrook, so that's why I slowed down.
Okay,
but
I'm just making sure.
Okay, but Mark calls the man bun a douche knot. But listen, so we were there, and man, it feels so odd. So it feels like when you're dribbling the ball, right? And your players do like a crossover, do a little hesitation and come back. It seems like they get stuck in their animation. It seems like the animation won't break when it should. Like if you see them do it and you want to cross the ball over and you hit it at
they've been not putting out games. Like they put out a game here and there, but they went away for so long.
2 years.
2K jumped on the they put out a game last year though, right?
No, they were going to put out a game last year and they canceled it.
Okay, so they put out a game the previous year.
No, the year before that they didn't even start.
They put out a game recently. But the
maybe they did. Yeah, you're right. They took it directly to Access in last year. They took it directly to Access.
It wasn't directly to Access.
Sure.
I'm positive it wasn't directly to Access because I always thought that that's what they should do because they need to get back in the game. They already have an install base through Access. They should just put it directly to Access and let everybody else, PlayStation people, let the rest of them buy it and see where it goes from there. And they also, they could, how they can get a leg up on 2K.
How's that?
Put it on the PC Access. Put your game on PC, dog.
Yeah, you need to do that. Okay, so
there's not a whole lot of sports games on PC.
You're right, but okay, so NBA Live 16 released according to Wikipedia, according to the PD in September 2015, and there was NBA Live Mobile last year, and then 18, and they took 17 directly to Access.
Okay.
Yeah. So they delayed 17 completely into 18, but then they put 17, whatever they had, on Access. So yeah. So you're right. It's been a couple of years, but they did have something similar. But you're right, man. They should utilize it, throw it on the PC, and do that. But I'm telling you, man, y'all should get out there and give it a shot if you have Access. Just because some of it is impressive, some of it is not. That they actually have the shot meter. When you hold it. And then you're supposed to let it go. Now it's kind of like the kicker in Madden, where you let go, it'll stop based on momentum. It won't let go immediately when you let go.
One question that'll lead me to try this.
Okay.
Do you need the shot meter for layups and dunks?
No, you don't need it. Nope. The difference between a layup and a dunk is you hit X. I'll use the Xbox controller. You hit X for a layup as you drive it to the rack. And then if you want to dunk, you hold sprint, which is right trigger, and you hit X. That's the difference.
Thank you. Because when they did that last year with 2K, I was like, I'm out.
So here's the funny thing, right? James Harden is the cover athlete. But when you go do practice to learn how to play the game, it's Bron. The game starts you off, kicks off. You guys are playing like an all-star game on Rucker Park court, on an outdoor court.
With Bron,
with everybody
instead of the cover athlete.
With everybody, it switches you back and forth. So so it's just like a regular game. Whoever you pass to, you can play with. So it was a little interesting.
Shout out to 2K who has Kyrie on their cover, and people are starting to believe that there's a 2K curse because every time they have somebody on the cover, they end up leaving wherever they were. The last few people that they had on the covers ended up leaving, including Kyrie, who is gone, and now they're coming out with a variant cover that's coming out 2 months after the game launches, with him in his Celtics garb.
Wow. Well, It is what it is. But I just want to throw that out there for people and say, look, give it a shot if you have EA Access. And also, quick reminder, shout outs to my boy Ant Dog. He was in the chat. He was like, man, he had just got through playing Batman Arkham Knight and he really liked it. And he said he hadn't really played a lot of the Batman games. And then he said he never played Batman Arkham Origins. And I said, bruh. So I urge people, if you haven't played Batman Arkham Origins, it's the one not made by Rocksteady, but it's a precursor. It's the one that you need to play before the other three. Go play that. It's really good. So
you know, AA gave me City on PC, and I have never played it. I downloaded it, but I haven't played it.
Oh man, City is probably my favorite. It's darn good, especially if you get the Game of the Year edition with the Catwoman stuff. Oh, it's so good. It is really good.
I agree. LeBron is the GOAT.
LeBron is the GOAT?
Is the GOAT. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Win percentage would be higher if he was the GOAT. Nope.
Win percentage, does that matter in today's NBA?
It matters just to be the GOAT. It matters, bro. Yeah,
No,
you can't scramble up in here 3-7 talking about you the GOAT. Come on, son.
But he goes every year. During the six, every 3 years, Michael Jordan quit the game. He walked away from it completely because he couldn't keep doing it. Both times he walked away from the game because you just going to the finals back to back to back to back like that is just murder on your body.
Okay, so let me say Let me say two things. Number one, if your argument is the case, well, then the Buffalo Bills are one of the greatest football teams in history. Number two,
I believe so. No. One of. I'll
okay,
say one of.
Number two,
Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, Jim Kelly, bruh. That was
all-star.
That was a real team. They just couldn't win the big one.
Okay, so does that make them winners or losers? Does that make them good or losers? Like, what does that make them? Like, that's what I'm trying to get across. That
makes them very good losers.
Okay, so they're very good at losing. Okay, what? So my question is, secondly, to your point, if MJ leaves the game of basketball and comes back and can get back and return to 3 in a row and win all 3, that is a testament to his greatness. But again, his win percentage is much higher than LeBron's. So for me, it's about consistency.
And LeBron leads him in almost every other statistical category.
I understand that. What I'm saying is about consistency. I understand that. But Jordan made his other people better. He made his teammates better.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. How many other All-Stars?
They were already the members of Jordan's team were all-time greats. Especially the first finals team. Have you ever looked at that roster of what LeBron got to the finals with? They got a nigga named Booby on the team, dog. And they call him Booby as the nice thing to call him.
Okay. So the point is though, if they were better, if LeBron, again, they play two different styles. They play two different styles.
LeBron is better than him in every category except rings. Period.
No, and making his teammates better.
Okay,
that's not true.
Do you say the same thing that about Tom Brady? Who's the best quarterback ever?
Well, has to be Brady. It has to be Brady. My personal favorite is Joe Montana, but it has to be Brady. It has to be. And my question is, how many different interchangeable receivers does he bring in and make all-stars? How many?
Right. Just like LeBron makes all of his teammates. He makes all of them better. Like he's been to the finals.
How?
Nothing. He's been to the finals with nothing.
He made Delonte West better. In what world did Delonte West get better?
Delonte West is living on the street right now, dog.
That's what I'm asking. In what world?
He's living on the street.
If Bluemanrule was that dude,
when he was with LeBron, he was in the finals, dog. And a contributing member to a finals team. He is living on the streets out of his mind right now.
My point is, bro, if LeBron was as good as you say he is, right? Mm-hmm. All these other people that he's played with, dog, would have been better. Name
the person that has left the LeBron team and has been better since he left. I'll wait.
That's what you're proving my point.
I'll wait. No, he makes his team better. And he makes the people better because he's not just a great scorer. He is a great contributor. He knows how to pass. He knows where to put it. Pause. He makes his team better. Like, yeah, LeBron has been in 3 different systems. How many coaches, dog? and led them all to championships in consecutive years, dog.
My thing is, but that's on his greatness alone.
James Jones has been with LeBron for years, and when he left the game, he had to go into a front office. He couldn't play anymore.
Look here, man. All I'm saying,
he's in the front office. Look. He's in the front office in Phoenix right now.
Okay, to that
point, the one person, I just want you to name one person, just one, that left LeBron and got better.
That left LeBron.
That left LeBron. That was on one of these teams that LeBron left. That LeBron led to a finals. Name one person that has gone on from that team and has been better. Just one.
I can name because
the team
have been worse though.
We've seen Pippen do it without him. He was an MVP candidate when Jordan left to go play baseball. So we've seen that. We've seen someone do it without him. We've seen someone do it without him. We've never seen that from LeBron. Never.
Someone do it without him? I can tell you what. If you can explain to me,
J.R. Smith was a knucklehead that was never going to amount to his potential until he ended up on that team.
Here's my thing. After people play with LeBron is like a talent sponge. He soaks up everyone else's talent, but he doesn't redistribute it in any fashion. So you tell me why Kevin Love is worse. He's much more terrible and has not played up to his potential, even matched close to his statistics before he came to Cleveland. Don't tell me
because he was on a team with a bunch of nobodies. Anybody can be a looter in a riot, but what is he gonna be? What is he gonna be next year when LeBron leaves?
My thing is, okay,
that's my question.
My thing is, you're approving my point in this entire argument. When LeBron is there, he does not make his teammates better. You can say whatever you want.
That man is a champion, and he didn't come anywhere close without LeBron.
He's a champion. He's a champion. But are the people that he plays with champions? He brings the championship to them. Are they any better than when they started from before he came? Are they any better with him?
You can say Kyrie.
You can arguably say no, because look at the stats of everyone he's played with.
You can say Kyrie is. Look at if you want to go to the win percentage, look at the Cavs before LeBron came back, and look at them after.
Dude.
And Kyrie had a starring role, and he was the reason that they won the one against the Warriors, because he hit the shot at the end because LeBron deferred to him. And LeBron didn't take it. LeBron didn't do it himself. He made champions out of them.
He allows a role player to be a role player, Simpson, but he's not teaming up with role players. See, the argument is if he's teaming up with role players. Last time I checked, Dwayne Wade and Bosh and Ray Allen weren't role players. They were superstars.
Ray Allen was at that point. At that point in his career,
at that point was. However, when he was in Boston, he was still knocking them down.
He teamed up with two world-class talents. The rest of them are role players. The people like J.R. Smith, Mario Chalmers. Mario Chalmers, has anybody heard from him since he left?
My point is,
Mario Chalmers went to Memphis or something, and I can't even remember where he went because no one cares after he left LeBron. No one.
Here's the thing, though. When he was with LeBron, he wasn't much better. All right, we way over time, but this is proven. You tell me a player who's better with LeBron, whose statistics, whose gameplay, whose basketball IQ is better with LeBron, and then I might see the point.
J.R. Smith.
Wrong.
Mario Chalmers.
Wrong.
Ray Allen.
No. Ray Allen's stats went down when he went to Miami.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving, yet to be seen. Because this is the first season without LeBron. Yet to be seen. So again,
name any of those dudes on the first team that he took to the finals. Any of those dudes, he made all of them better because they were nothing without him. And we can't say Kevin Love because Kevin Love wasn't better with him.
Delonte West may be the only person whose points increased. I seriously think that he was the only person whose performance, and maybe he didn't play with Iguodala, did he? Did he play with Iguodala?
No.
No, he did not. So
Iguodala went from Philly to
Golden State. So okay, so but that's really about it.
Oh, was there a stop in Denver? Possibly. But yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, when it comes down to it, LeBron cannot be my GOAT just because of that. Like his win percentage and his inability to make his teammates better.
There has never in life, like this is why I consider LeBron. There has never been a human like this. Like I mean, yes, and you're right, different eras and all that stuff, Detroit. But there has never been a human like this that is that skilled, that fast, just this good at basketball, the size of Karl Malone. Karl Malone couldn't dream of doing what LeBron James could do.
Right, but that doesn't.
And they're the same size.
That doesn't make him make his teammates better, and that doesn't make him the GOAT simply because he's blessed with a build.
I named you quite a few. People in the chat have been naming people.
Dude, I just told you how J.R. Smith doesn't count. J.R. Smith has always played the same role. Kevin Love's statistics have went down significantly since he came to Cleveland. Go pull it up. NBA.com.
His countable stats have gone down, but his percentages.
Because he's getting open shots, it makes sense. Look at Kevin Durant to Golden State. Everybody's percentages goes up because now you're spreading the floor more. That's not rocket science. That's simple. But that's
the same thing as making your teammates better because you're good enough to give them enough space to do what they do.
It makes
that's making them better. That's making them better.
Efficiency better, dog, but it doesn't make someone better.
You are just unwilling to concede the point.
Like I said,
the point that everybody else is making. No one is supporting you.
I'm looking at this.
No one.
I'm looking at this. No one. People are Dirk Nowitzki. Who? Oh, Dirk Nowitzki.
I think you're tripping.
Yeah, but no. The thing is, Kevin Love has less shots available, but more efficient. Really? So he went from going from 23 points a game down to what 13? Is he's better now? Yeah,
yes.
Nah, so Cleveland pay all that money.
You started all of this by saying win percentages.
Yeah, well, and then I also followed and said, listen, and I also said he doesn't make his teammates better. I also said he doesn't make it
all of their win percentages.
Their win percentages. We're talking about LeBron versus Jordan. We're talking about two things: win percentages and do they make their teammates better. Those were the two things I brought up. You still haven't proved anything.
The only win percentage we can't bring up are finals. You have to get to the finals in order to be able to do what you're trying to say to do. Right. And going against the Warriors are an all-time great basketball team.
Yeah, but a lot
as much as one. I mean, the finals losses.
Two.
And then
probably 3 and 7. 3 and 7.
With the exception of Dallas, the other teams he's lost to in the finals are all-time great teams.
So some of the teams that the actual Bulls played, man. Come on, man. Don't sit up here and tell me that. Come on, man. Come on, son. You just brought up Karl Malone and they played against the Jazz. Come on, son. Don't do that. Yeah, don't move the goalposts on your board. Don't do that.
But what I'm saying is you're talking about his wins and losses, but I'm saying they lost to all-time great teams. Yes, Jordan beat all of the teams that he's faced. Yes, in the finals.
But he beat some great teams too. It's not just teams.
We're not talking about the same level as great as the Warriors and the Spurs.
Well, that is remained to be seen. That remains to be seen.
In a ridiculously weak West at the time.
No. With Magic Johnson and the Lakers? Okay. All right, I'm out.
Magic Johnson on the decline?
Okay. Still the Lakers, bro. Still the show. Still the show. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for watching and or listening to Facetious.
I got one more thing to say.
Here we go. I'm trying to get out of here, Mike. We're 10 minutes over, bro.
I ain't talking about this. I don't care about the 10 minutes. I ain't got shit else to do. But Double A mentioned something about the cookies. I was gonna get back into the cookies. I really was. Once I got my upgrade at work.
Yeah.
They pushed the shit back again today. So now I'm looking at October 1st, which is like, come on, man. Y'all told me about this in June.
Right. They lied to you and said August.
They told me in June, and they said probably right before August started. Then they told me August the 1st. Then they told me September the 1st. Then they told me September the 18th. And now they're telling me October 1st.
Man,
you're talking about some scarred grass and grass these nuts.
Hey, thanks, Mark. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
He said,
the only thing you can hold against LeBron is rings. Period.
That's not what I'm holding against LeBron. I'm not doing that banal argument. I'm doing one that actually makes, as a former basketball player, one to me that I consider truly important.
Or just say sports. Let's talk anime.
He did. Slasher say he out. Thanks, Chase. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching, man. We really appreciate it. Look, we'll be back in your ear and in front of your eyeballs again next week. So y'all just hang back. Maybe throw up a poll, man. Throw up a GOAT poll. Please vote. Please get it in done. We really appreciate it.
No, because the Legend of Jordan is always going to win that argument. But if you look at the stats, and you take out rings, there isn't much of a difference if you look at the stats and take out rings. Period.
Said Bradford on flyer.
So you can go either way. You can go either way if you take out rings. You can go either way. But the ghost of Jordan will always be better than anyone who's ever touched a basketball, including Kareem, who's the real GOAT.
I don't know if it's just a ghost, bro. But we'll see. But everybody, thank you so much for listening. We will be back in your ear and eyeballs again next week. We really appreciate it. And please remember to leave us a review on iTunes or wherever you listen to the show. Check out OFR Radio. Check out Geeks Gone Raw. Check out Scarcasm Live. Check us all out. We're out there in many, many places. So let's make this happen. All right, y'all. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors.